Minister, I think it's my third time to stand before you looking for an extension in relation to the Commission of Investigations. And on 2 turns before this, I was favourable and approving and really cooperative. Today I'm disappointed, and you can understand why I'm disappointed to see yet another extension to the Commission of Investigation timelines, particularly for the survivors and the families affected by the mother and baby homes, who have been awaiting this report for years at this stage. And only the other night on I think it was prime time, that it was covered from Tuam, and where 3 gentlemen, Peter, Pat and Tommy, spoke, of which I have spoke about Tommy on the floor of this House before. And the finishing comments for Tommy was at the very end of it, "We're getting old. I hope it's not being dragged out so that there's nobody there to fight for us or to talk about it." And that's what he spoke. That's how he sees it, which is unfortunate, because that is not the intention of the Commission of Investigation. I have no doubt you want to get to the bottom of this. But it's unfortunate that we are gone into another year of waiting, because we do need to get some answers and we need to see exactly where this is going. The other night on the primetime programme, it drew up an awful lot of questions that I had brought up here before on the floor of the Dáil, which I'm really looking forward to getting answers on, which I feel will feed in to the Commission of Investigation. And that is the role of Galway County Council in all of this. I really want to know the role of Galway County Council, and in relation to the fact of where they started building houses in the 70s, when they knew about the sites prior to that, and when the maps have become available. Because, see, Tommy told the story before about when Tommy, after 5 years and 2 months, he was very lucky, as he called it, to be sponsored, because that was the word, was sponsored. But Tommy talked about then, later on in life, when he turned the age of 18, he got the price of a bike. Now, that price of that bike came from Galway County Council. So I know there's a lot of records there, and I know there's a lot of information. And I need to know that exactly how many other people got the price of the bike. How many other families got that allowance for caring for those people? Because I think that will actually tie up a lot of the information that needs to be dispelled at this moment in time. I need to know that there is serious cooperation taking place between Galway County Council and the Commission of Inquiries. I think the survivors would like to know that there is cooperation taking place. And I also want to know the role of the coroner in all of this, and what information that they have partaken and what they have shared with you and how they have engaged. Because that is a huge piece of this jigsaw, that nobody is talking about the role of the coroner to do with either the death certs. We talk about birth certs, but we have no talking about death certs. And I am sure that all the deaths had to be recorded somewhere at whatever age they were, be it for adults or be it for children. But there has to be a role here. And that role of the coroner links back in again to the County Council. So there's a huge role here in relation to the Council. And they're the silent body with no statements coming out whatsoever. Yet on the other hand, Minister, and the reason I'm cross about the Council in all of this is, when I talk about the Pats, the Tommies, the Peters or whoever, when I want to go into Galway County Council and I would like to get some form of housing adaptation grants done for persons that I know have been through the mother and baby homes, I can get very little cooperation. I can get very, very little cooperation. And I would have raised this before, that there should be some streamlining where I can be able to help some of the former residents of the mother and baby homes when they need adaptation grants, for some of them with disabilities they are being long-fingered. That is wrong, Minister. There are certain comforts that's required here for these people, and I'm looking from the day-to-day practical sides of it, that are within the remit, not of your department, but in the remit of local government. And there should be some form of cooperation there, while we are awaiting the results of the Commission of Inquiry. I do think the report, the finalisation of the Commission of Inquiry, from the Council point of view, I think it's going to be quite damning. And I do want to see it, and I want to see it fairly soon. Because, do you know what? Age is not on these people's sides. And it's wrong. Because when you talk about Peter, who wants to know the story, who's going through the High Court at this moment in time, to know the link with his sister, that's wrong. We're denying that man the opportunity to know him about his family. But yet we're forcing him down the route of the courts. I don't believe that's right. I don't believe it's right. The people at Tuam are not proud, by any matter or means, that this has been dragged out for so long. They would like to have a conclusion brought on it. Now we're going to have burial works taking place and excavations, but yet we're having all of that taking place in a vacuum of not knowing what has fed into it in relation to the Commission of Inquiry. Minister, I implode on you to please stick to the timelines on this one and to the persons that you have commissioned this work to. It's essential. It is absolutely essential that we do not look for another hour of an extension, that the targets you have set in this report here today before us, that they are followed through. Because I have last year's where we talked about the 18 running to 19. I've 19 now running to 20. Can't happen. It can't happen. It's not good enough. And also in your report you said it was 21.5 million. One of the initial reports was 6 to 12 million, and now it's gone to 21. I can understand an expansion, but that is the wording, the costings on it. We need to keep things online and within targets. And we need to know exactly where we're spending it. But I don't mind spending it because these people need answers. That's not what it's about. But let's meet our targets and let's give these people a definite answer. Thank you.
Ms. Mitchell.